Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Fate of the Norns video. We are back with a Viking lore. Yes, we have not released a Viking lore. We have indeed started doing these Viking series back again. We did release, hopefully, Viking loot. I don't know why I said loot. I think this was called Viking Tales previously. I'm not exactly sure if it's Viking Tales or Viking loot. But
I think Tales was from the conventions.
Oh, Viking Tales, I think it was convention. Or was it? Yeah, maybe it was. So we call it Viking lore, right? Yeah. We'll say it's Viking lore. But in today's episode, we are going to be talking about the Bolg. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I am just your host. I am Ken. I am not as knowledgeable as the one, the only Mr. Andrew Valkowskis. So he is going to be the one who's going to be taking center stage, and he's going to give you guys a quick, I'll be honest, probably 12-minute long story about the Bolg. Let's start it off, Andrew, and tell us about the Bolg.
All right. Dear travelers, let me tell you a tale about the Bolg. Bolg translate to the men of the bag. Strange name. Well, their tale is even stranger. They were mentioned first in the book called Levor Gabala, which translates as Book of Invasion. This is a mythology book, centers around Irish or Celtic myth. Very, very old stuff. This is dated in the BC period. They're known as the descendants of a individual named Nemed. His name has ties to the firmament, the sky, but his tale ends very, very grimly, as he's one of the invaders that comes to try and conquer Ireland. Yet he's met with Ireland's, natives, called the Fomorians. These fearsome sea giants that have, a plague that they set upon the land. They're immune to this, but anyone else that comes in contact with this virulence gets sick and dies. And so Nemed doesn't go well for him. And most of his people die in the battle with the Fomorians, and they scatter. The few survivors scatter to the adjoining islands, and the people that we are now going to refer to as the Bolg, they end up sailing far south to the lands known as Greece. And it is assumed that they're taken prisoner by the Greek gods and made to carry soil because of their innate power of being able to discern and change and terraform the land, is to carry the soil and create a mound that beautiful vegetation and beautiful flowers would grow upon. And so they do this for a long period of enslavement until they end up breaking free, and they decide through their prophecy, their destiny is to return back to Ireland. And as they return to Ireland, they return back to face Bolg. And in this time, they are successful in defeating the Bolg in the battles. And when they clear the land of the Bolg, they use their power to raise the land above the blight that the Bolg have caused. And they establish 5 kingdoms. These 5 kingdoms are ruled by 5 kings. King Gan takes North Munster. Sengan takes South Munster. Ganan rules Connacht. Rudreg takes Ulster, and Slane rules out of Leinster. These 5 kings become divine by taking brides who are the goddesses of the land. And by marrying them, they become divine kings. And they become deities, gods. And through this, there are 3 classifications of Bolg. And so they're now broken down into what are known as, I guess the closest term would be a sept. Different types of clans. And they would be the Bolg, the Firdomnan, and the Fir Galleon. Now, the Bolg still remain the masters of the land, of raising it, terraforming it, creating mountains, cliffs. The Fir Domnan are the rulers of the underworld. They are the masters of creating caverns, rivers, crevices, valleys. And then the last ones, the Galioin, are the ones that are the masters of the sky and war. All their names are the names of spheres. And they are the ones that are the ruling class, the ruling elite at this time. And it is said that the Firbolg ruled for an entire generation, marrying, having children, and spreading across the land, and multiplying, until the day the Tuatha De Danann came. They were the next invaders of Ireland. And they were a formidable force, a force that the Firbolg, they met their match, basically. And after a series of battles where the Firbolg won, but the majority of the Firbolg lost. Their greatest claim was their champion, Sreng, managed to chop off the arm of Nuada, which was the Tuatha De Dannan's most valiant warrior. And being harmed by not having an arm, was unable to rule, because that was one of the taboos of the time. If you are not whole, you cannot be alive. And after these series of battles, the Firbolg will finally chased off the land, and they retreated into the Otherworld. And in the Otherworld is where they slumbered until the Celtic twilight. This, my friends, is where they appear in the Children of Eriu at this point. So, you guys pick up either the Children of Eriu or the Celtic Cyclopedia. Let me grab a copy of the Celtic Cyclopedia. So yeah, if you want to know more about the Firbolg, there's the Celtic Cyclopedia. And if you want to play the Firbolg, have them in your RPG campaigns, there's the Children of Eriu. So this is pretty much our Viking lore segment where we take a deep dive into Firbolg. Thank you for visiting the campfire, my dear traveler.